So we are on to the 11th law of power, and the 11th law of power reads, learn to keep people dependent on you. And obviously there is the pure sociopath Machiavellian route of this, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go there from a perspective of, if you can do something that nobody else can do, you're not going to lose your job. You're not going to, be out of a friend group. Like, if you're just bringing something to the table that nobody else can, that is something that is so valuable, and that is something that will keep you in whatever position of power that you are in right now. And this is something that you should learn in particular, like when you go out in the career path. Like, think of how fast degrees just become useless overnight. Like, a lot of the data entry jobs gonna be gone in the next 5-10 years because of AI. Like, a lot of jobs, the next step up, gonna be gone in 10 more years. Like, you have to be able to bring something to the table, especially in this ever evolving, social climate, just the climate of technology. Like, we need to be able to adapt, and we need to be able to be depended on for certain tasks that only we can do. And when we have this position, like, our finances are not gonna be threatened. And that's the biggest issue I see with this law, because when you're indispensable, when somebody can replace you like that, that was the worst snap ever. Like that. I thought I could snap with both hands. I guess I can't. But when you can be replaced by somebody that they can afford to pay, 50 grand less, 100 grand less, just because they don't have the experience, like, that's going to happen. You're going to lose your job unless you can do something that nobody else can do. And this is something that you need to start thinking about, and this is something that you need to start developing and really, getting into your arsenal. Because, like, right now, it's never been scarier to go into the job market, because think, every year, more and more people are getting degrees. Every year, more and more people are getting more and more qualified, and every year that piece of paper that you have is more and more useless. So this is why we have to develop more skills. This is why we have to, get good at coding, or get good at presenting, or get good at speaking, or organizing thoughts in a certain way on paper. Like, you need to do something that sets you apart from the rest, and you need to be the only one that can do that. And if you do that, basically your position in life will forever be present. But if you can't do this, if people don't rely on you, you're just going to be overtaken. And it's that saying that you never fire the top salesman at the company. No matter how bad the company's doing, you cannot fire the top salesman. And this is the same principle. Like, if you're the best of the best at what you do, if you're the best at whatever position you're at, and nobody else can replicate that, you're safe. If you don't have the ability to say that, then you might need to start developing this skill. You might need to start becoming irreplaceable. And it's this act of dependency that's almost like, that one kid that had that nice pool or that nice basement when you guys were kids, and it's like, the only reason that guy didn't get kicked out of the friend group, like, he might have been an absolute weirdo. He might have just been, a maniac, just insane, would do weird shit, but he never got kicked out of the friend group. You guys didn't stop hanging out with him because he had that pool, because he had that basement. Like, be that kid with a nice ass basement that smells like cheese. Like, I think I said enough for this topic. So hopefully you gained some knowledge. Hopefully this is something that makes sense. Hopefully it's something that you're going to begin to cultivate in your own life, because we all need to become indispensable. Now more than ever, we're going to be replaced by computers. We're going to be replaced by, people in different countries that, the standard of living is 10% of what it is here. So you can afford to just pay somebody 10%. And we need to not be able to be replaced. We need to not be able to be replaced by cheap labor, by AI, by whatever it is. Like, we need to have the skills that are indispensable, and nobody can say, like, oh, we don't need you. So keep that in mind. Start to develop something. Start to find a way to become start to find a way that people will depend on you. And with that said, if you want to stick around on the channel, if you want to hear more laws, if you want to hear more of the breakdowns I do on books, subscribe, like the video, and I'll leave a link in the description to the 48 Laws of Power if you want to check that out. If you buy the book with that link, it helps me out, it helps the channel grow, and yeah, thank you so much for making it this far. I'll catch you in the next one.